had so many technical issues. It's crazy. It's that kind of day. Nothing is perfect in this world. That is for sure. But I am so glad to be with you all today. I have a very, very special guest with us. And he is going to light up this I Love Learning podcast. And so Andy is going to join me in a few minutes. And if you don't know Andy, oh my goodness, you should. He is an incredible human, and he has not only written books, he is a thought leader. He's a Forbes author. He's involved. Oh my gosh, I'm not even going to take the time. He's going to introduce himself. I'm going to bring him on stage. Andy, welcome to
Yeah,
my podcast today. I'm so glad to have you. Tell
same here.
everyone, introduce yourself and tell everyone what you are passionate about.
Okay. Andy Bhattacharya. I have my detailed bio at leadwithandy.com. So
Yes.
I will start with the non-dry introduction first. I'm an author. I write business books, fictions. Within fictions, I write novels, short stories. I teach at Rutgers University in New Jersey,
Wow.
and I run a anti-sex trafficking organization from New York,
Oh,
situated in India Nepal border for to just stop the trafficking. Okay.
yes.
So besides those three, I also have I do work. I work. I'm at a cusp of coming out of my startup, and I'm actually selling my startup to a venture to a PE firm. Um, so my career has grown mainly in supply chain, manufacturing, and lately in the last, I would say, 7 to 10 years in sustainability, which is a integral part of supply chain and manufacturing. So I call it sustainable supply chain or sustainable
Wow.
manufacturing. That's where my career has grown. So yeah, live in Jersey. Looking forward to the conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think it's beautiful that you're involved in the industry that I'm so passionate about. I mean, there's so much goodness in this industry. And this is the reason, Andy, I started my podcast because there are so many individuals, not only in this industry that we're both in, but in general, who are struggling with loneliness. And, one of the reasons why I wanted this to have this podcast and this conversation is to talk about really your passion. And if there have ever been any hurdles, in your life that have kind of prevented you from moving forward. Because I think a lot of times people feel like, just yesterday or even today, I mean, companies are going out of business, people are struggling. What recommendations, how did you get to your passion and how did you overcome hurdles to be where you are? And hurdles don't ever stop, right?
It never stops, right? So great question. Especially when I started the startup in 2020, I never realized that I will have the most toughest 5 years of my life, right?
Ooh, okay.
We started with sustainable supply chain. We built a product from scratch. We got into manufacturing. We got into some climate finance analysis. It's a platform that we have built on a cloud solution on AWS. All was going well. We faced COVID, and we thought, okay, COVID is helping us to go more digital, so we will do well. But actually, we did not, because sustainability, or sustainable X, as I call it, sustainable supply chain, sustainable manufacturing, sustainable finance, took a tank, right? So
Mm,
everything that was not a hair on fire problem anymore for the mainland US. We still had some propositions going on in the Europe and Far East, but we actually, the overall market capture in the US was not one of the best for us. So it was not the biggest problem that a US CEO was solving. We
mm.
really got a tremendous headwind. Really need to change a couple of times of go-to-market strategy. Finally, we got some success in 2023, 2024, and I feel, to answer your question, three things. One, um, definitely have the right people with you, definitely be smarter on the financials, and definitely have clarity to go to market. So all these three things I have
Mm,
suffered. So whom I'm hiring, whom I'm like not hiring, how I'm managing my finance, how much I want to put in the product, how much I want to put in the consulting services, how much we have to put in marketing, how much we should put in new hires and all this. So, and then the last one I would say is that clarity. So when we started as a sustainable X, we continued down the path. Maybe just postmorteming with you right now, maybe we could have completely come out of sustainability and did a broader supply chain or broader
Mm.
actual and risk analysis, which we did not. We stuck to the environmental, social governance quotient. And I feel as I exit, as I start my next, I call it life 3.0 when I'm
I
starting
love that. It's not
3.0.
over. Your story's just beginning, Andy.
So 3.0, right? So my
Yes.
2.0 would have been, would be one of the best learning lesson for me, right? Where my 1.0 was mainly corporate America, but 2.0 is entrepreneurship, and 3.0 is let's see what it's there for me.
Mhm.
But my advice to everyone will be people, finance, clarity. If these three things are there, you would be able to overcome any impediment with
Mm.
all these three things together.
Wow. Where did you learn this?
With headwinds, with falling down multiple times and then standing back up, then again falling down, then again standing back up, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it's a yeah, nobody, I mean, I have very good mentors, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
the amount of learning I have along with the mentors mentoring me, it's like through all the experiences, which are costly, which are
Mm.
costly. So my suggestion to the listeners is, yeah, just talk to someone like me so that on your side you don't have to pay the cost, but also you can make smarter decisions without being more costly, right? You know what I mean? Like that's where I think I would always advise. Um, Sometimes it's great to learn from the field, but it actually costs you, right? So I'm on that side where it costed me to learn from the field, but now I've learned it. I would love to share with everyone what you should do and should not do.
Ah, is that your next book?
My next book is on leadership, so I'm writing a book on
Oh.
yeah, it's the day I got lucky.
Oh, can you tell us about that? The day you got lucky? I love that title.
Nobody gets luck. You have to build your luck. And I'm interviewing around 30, 35 leaders across the world, and I'm writing a book under a contract with a publisher in the US. Um,
Keep it top secret then. It's top secret.
and I'm writing the book right now. But yeah, it's how do you make your own luck?
Wow. Okay, Andy, with that question, how do you make your own luck? So if someone messaged me, this is why I started this podcast, and they said they lost their passion. So it's not going to be luck. So what would you tell them if someone's lost their passion or they've lost their willingness to learn? What would you recommend to that person that's listening today that's sitting there thinking that they've reached a dead end?
First of all, it's one life. Please don't give up. And
Mm,
always remember that intelligence is never a differentiator, grit is.
wow.
And I would say that while never giving up and work on your grit, I would also say that um, there is no dearth of ideas, there's no dearth of innovation. Make sure that the ideas and the innovation, the passion you have is monetizable.
Mm,
Passion is great, passion is bad. So, how do you
mm,
come in the middle, right? Because
mm,
passion is a positive and a negative. Hope is a positive and negative because hope sucks time, right?
mm.
So my coaching to all of you would be is never give up, grit, very important, and innovation which is monetizable. Keep checking with the market, right? That would be my 2 cents.
Oh, I love that. So what does winning mean to you, Andy?
Winning means is very different now in 2025. If you ask me in 2015 or 205, my definition would be different. It would be
Okay.
really winning. Now winning is for me is equal to give back, equal to peace, equal to moksha.
I love that. Winning, what do you think? Why did it change, do you think?
For me, winning means competition, and winning means I'm very alone at the top portion of the world because
Mm-hmm.
you're winning, you're number one. That's very lonely, right?
Uh-huh.
So what I have learned from losing rather than winning is winning is great, losing is great too. Just if you could be equanimous in the middle, where even if you win and even if you lose, you're in peace. You accept, you don't resign, and you basically look for nirvana, right? Because
Oh,
one of the things of winning means is also spirituality.
got it.
So I'm into a spiritual journey as well. For me, winning definition has changed a lot, I would say.
Yeah, that's really interesting. This season's dedicated to winning because all the guests that I've had on my show, Andy, have a really different perspective on what that means. And I definitely think it incorporates kind of your journey and all the hurdles you've overcome. And I definitely think you have a mind of a champion. So what advice or what legacy do you want to leave someone once you're gone from this earth?
The legacy I want to leave back is I was the bridge between Gen Y, Gen X, Millennial, Gen Alpha, right? Because if you see my last book, it's on In Pursuit of a New Dawn. It's on
Mhm.
Amazon. So, In Pursuit of a New Dawn talks about 8 short stories about 8 human challenges, how they have overcome.
Wow.
That book itself is a message to the next generation who should pick this book up and see that the challenge never ends. The
Mm,
comes in form of different versions and different periods, different era. But in 2060 or 2070 or 2080, I may or may not be there. Most likely, I will not be there, or maybe I will. I'll be there. Who
you'll be
knows?
there.
Yeah, I'm most likely I will be there in the last 80s at that time in my age. But now you know my age. So I would say that in 2080, 2080 problems will be there, but how do you attack that and solve it is where I would be known for, right? So if you read my
Wow.
books, read my ideations, visit my website, I would always say that um, use my books and my works as a bridge between generations.
Wow. Okay, well, we're going to post your links in the chat so everyone can find your books, your website. Andy, if somebody wants to reach you, where's the best place? Where can they find you? We'll put your links in the chat and the follow up, but where can they find you and leave us today with some lasting advice?
So they will find me. I'm just can I put the I don't think I can put a comment, but I will share here my link here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's they will find me, and generally they will find me through LinkedIn. um, uh, this website, they can submit their new ideas and innovation ideas. Yeah, that's something that they can find me there.
Awesome. Leave us with some lasting words and we'll send us off because we had some tech issues. So leave us with some sunshine today.
So I will say that my main message is that it's all about one life. Live uh, spiritually, logically, and enjoyably. It's one life.
Oh, I love that. Well, for all of you that joined us today live and who will join us today later, thank you so much for, just waking up every day and knowing like Andy says, it's one life, so live each day. So, thank you all. Have a very good rest of the week and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.